going to wings?
I do have to take.
Question for you. Does your firm have their IPO yet? Publicly traded?
Oh, no.
Not yet.
I think I missed that. Was that a radio check? No. Okay, gotcha. And I hit that,
So, I kind of grasp you're one of the smart guys in the techie world, so I won't know a lot of those kind of answers, but any other questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Gotcha. I heard what you said earlier about the FAA taking their sweet time and catching up on regulation. That's pretty typical of government.
Yep.
I mean, we got Congress.
A lot of the countries out there are way more further along
Look,
in the drone.
Not that long ago, we had an elected senator who said the internet was a series of tubes.
It was a what?
Series of tubes. Actual person in DC getting paid to make our laws. Talking nonsense that he doesn't understand.
So if y'all lie, we can go stand over here by these bushes. That'll at least get you in some shade, too.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I'm filming the demonstration. I just want to watch this later on when I get home. There's a hook, and there's that. And I'm guessing it pulls back up to secure it.
It does, and it locks in place.
Oh, nice.
It's locked. Sky 84 is powered on, 3.1 pound package load.
This is going to be nationwide eventually? Really? So when does this actually go operational? Or are you guys just testing it right now?
No, we're already operational. We're at 34 stores right now.
Really?
So we got Arkansas. We got 3 stores here in Arkansas. 3 in Virginia. 10 in Dallas.
Yeah, I heard that Texas was the launch market.
Got 9.
March 2022?
Say again?
March 2022, was that the launch?
When did you guys start?
The end of 22.
It was the end of so it's been in the last year. You guys,
For them.
Oh,
yes.
for them. Oh.
So Arkansas has been up and running for almost 2 years now.
Nice.
So Florida, Virginia, Texas, Arizona, and Utah all have stores now. 34 stores.
Hopefully we'll see something like this in Springfield in the next few years. Would be very nice, especially with the crazy drivers on the road.
Were y'all already certified in this, or did y'all get trained by Walmart?
So we are not Walmart. We are a contract. So we're already trained in the drone side. So there is a contract with Walmart.
Yep. They're a partner company that specializes in this business.
Yeah.
That's probably a good thing Walmart's not running it. I work for FedEx. We talked a lot of smack there too.
We both used to work for FedEx.
Walmart is an interesting company. It's not that bad, but it can be frustrating. Although I believe that could be true of just about
every company.
Yes, exactly.
It's always entertaining though. This is one thing you cannot deny.
I know most days I go to work, I actually enjoy it. So
Well, I guess I'm just spoiled because I love every day. I mean, I just come to work to fly drones.
my job's not as exciting. It can be.
Most excitement I've ever had at work was the day the power went out.
Then they sent everyone home early. Is that carbon fiber?
Yep. A lot of carbon fiber on it because it's stronger than metal.
And lightweight.
Lighter. I don't know where exactly you came in. So on the conversation earlier, so one of the biggest regulations that's still existing right now is current regs say what leaves the ground, all in, cannot exceed 55 pounds.
Gotcha.
So every ounce we can drop in weight,
It's another ounce you
increases the cargo capacity.
understood.
So this aircraft here weighs 43 and some change.
Which means you can technically run
It can carry
about 1.5 pounds.
25 pounds.
But-
But the regulations cap at 55. So there's
10
where the 10-pound rule comes from.
And that way you've got 1 pound and some change for
It's the
tolerances.
rules, yeah. So you never break the rule. So for instance, here in Bentonville, our ceiling, due to us being in the middle of these 3 airports, is 125 feet. We cannot go any higher than that. So all of our missions here in Bentonville are set to 115 feet. So you always have that 10-foot safety cushion that if you have to climb, you don't break the rules and
Gotcha.
upset the FAA.
And I assume from what you were talking about, five drones on one operator, one pilot, they're semi-autonomous
99%. So
with a little
this whole flight you're about to see, they're only going to touch 3 buttons. 1 to take off, 1 that it's okay to deliver the package, and 1 to come home. Outside of those 3 buttons, the aircraft's going to do everything on its own.
Gotcha.
It navigates itself.
I presume in case of emergencies there is a remote override.
The remote is a PS5 controller.
Nice.
Hey, at least I used a quality controller, not the Logitech G710. Ocean Gate, wink, wink, can it?
So yeah, at any time the pilot can take manual control of it, but it's super rare. And so far, every time we've had to take it, so the map software, the customer puts in an address. That system then converts that to a Latin long, which is what aircraft use to navigate. Aircraft don't know addresses.
They don't need to.
Coordinates. So the pilot then takes that point that it gives for that customer, and he'll move that point front yard, backyard, wherever to deliver. But satellite imagery like Google Earth is not always accurate for that
Correct.
area. So there are times they'll move that point to the backyard because it's a big, wide open backyard. And when they get there and look at the ground, they're hovering above a big swimming pool that doesn't show up in the map. So they'll have to take manual control and move the aircraft.
Okay, I was wondering about that. That makes total sense.
Most of the time, it's pretty accurate that they don't ever have to take manual control. But it happens every once in a while. Or they get a new swing set and there's a swing set in the backyard or something like that.
Gotcha. So I guess the best thing I need to do is make sure I got a nice clear spot somewhere in my yard that doesn't get modified.
You've got to get Walmart to give us a Springdale location.
Springfield.
Springfield. Walmart's the one that picks the locations, not us.
Well, hopefully it's successful enough they decide to expand more and more. I kind of like the idea of drone delivery.
I can imagine how much it'd freak out the little old lady next door, though.
Now, I got an oddball question because this is the Ozarks. And sure, we're in the city right now, but so you get some folks that ain't from the city occasionally come in the city. Do they ever take pot shots at the drones? No one ever try to shoot the drone down?
No, so not Arkansas. They did have some kids shoot some BB guns at one. I don't remember where it was.
Well, that's not too bad.
Didn't phase it any.
I've just heard so many things from people talking about they saw a drone delivering stuff, they'd shoot it, and it's like, why?
It's a felony.
It's stupid. I mean, if your neighbors are ordering stuff, why are you going to shoot the thing that's messing with your neighbors? You
I
know?
will admit, I woke up from a dead sleep one day and thought I saw one outside my house in Mississippi on 198 acres where I have no neighbors anywhere around. I'd have probably shot it. I jumped out there though and it wasn't there. It had no business being at my front door. Because you're always a little paranoid that it's somebody that lives in a subdivision mile down the road.
But you're talking someone spying.
Right.
There's no reason this would be doing
No.
something like this.
Yeah,
And if
no.
if this was at your front door, the only reason it's there is because you ordered something.
Yes.
Right.
Right. I mean, you would know
We're
it.
not going to show up at your house and deliver a box that you didn't ask for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everywhere this thing goes, it's going because
Gotcha. I'd be more worried about the neighbors who didn't order anything, don't know why their neighbor's getting a random drone on their porch.
If it was a drone at my front door, it was really fast. I don't know how fast these things move.
So we got the governor on this one. So it cruises about 28 miles an hour. They can go 45, I think it is.
With the FAA regs, how do they test the engineering beyond the limits? Do they go out?
So we have a test range out in Virginia. So our corporate headquarters is in Virginia. So we have a facility out there that we do all our testing there.
I guess they give an exemption for them then. Gotcha.
So this aircraft's already flying 10 miles back in Virginia.
Gotcha. I was like, how do they know it can carry another 25 pounds if it's already
Well, the
40?
aircrafts are certified when they get built by the manufacturers. They have to get a certification rating. So it has to go through that, and that's when it gets what its capability is.
But look, if they're testing in Virginia, they've tested it for some pretty weird stuff, okay?
Oh, Virginia.
This is true.
Yeah, Virginia, yeah.
It's been wind tunneled. It flew and maintained position with 40, 45 mile an hour winds and was able to compensate. So, no, it's a pretty robust system.
Now this is the future of delivery, future of logistics.
I know we had some morons at FedEx that they couldn't figure out why on earth the engines kept blowing up every time they threw a bird into it. They'd been doing this for about 3 or 4 hours, and they go, "Show me the bird you're throwing in there. I know it's a turkey, but it should be able to handle it." They bring out this turkey, and it is frozen solid. He goes, "No wonder the engines are continuously blowing up. How often are you going to encounter a frozen turkey that far up?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Just proves everyone has a blonde moment.
44.4 volts and 16.
16,000 milliamps.
I don't know why they were throwing turkeys in there other than the fact that it was cheaper than goose.
Probably a wildlife thing.
So if I'm doing my math right, each battery packs about 650 watt hours.
Sure. I have no clue.
Well, in general, if you twice the voltage but keep the amps the same, you get twice the watts. But 650, that would basically have enough power to run an air conditioner for about an hour. Which, given the deliveries are 30 minutes or less, I don't think it needs to run air conditioner level of power to do that.
What's taking long is I had to do a system reset
Understood.
for the new daily push of updates.
It's a good thing that they keep them up to date then.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because that could go horribly awry.
Well, engineering updates are good for one thing. The other one that's important, security. I've seen all sorts of nastiness.
I know if your GPS doesn't get updated on the regular, it ends
It'll-
up.
Yeah, you end up getting navigated down roads that don't exist and skipping turns that do.
Yeah, so the systems like that, like the GPS system, everything with the autopilot, it goes through a, what's the word? Full system check on every boot up, and the aircraft won't take off unless all those systems show green.
That's
So
good.
It does a system check.
And I presume if something comes up, it alerts the operator immediately.
It does. And it's got redundancies on all. So, for instance, you see the two orange things on top?
Yes,
Those are both the GPS masts. It only needs one, but there's two in case one ever fails. It still has another one.
that's smart. That is very smart.
This aircraft is capable with just the 4 motors, but as you see, each arm has 2 motors. So it can technically lose 4 motors in flight and still fly.
Gotcha. That's actually kind of impressive.
So everything's built with redundancies in it.
So that's not actually a quadcopter, it's an octocopter.
Yep.
That is actually kind of impressive.
So most people think this is one motor, and it's not. This is one motor, and that's one motor.
And that,
Completely independent.
yeah, that's actually pretty impressive.
Sky 84 powered on, 3.1 pound package.
I wonder what all's in that hardware. So what all can you tell me about the actual hardware, aside
Pretty
from...
much nothing.
It's understandable, trade secrets and
So
all.
yeah, a lot of it is all proprietary stuff. So this section of aircraft is available by the manufacturer of lots. You can go on their website and pull up a bunch of the specs on it for the commercial version of it,
Gotcha.
or even buy one. Of
Neat.
course, that would not come with
The breast of it, you'd have
this
to...
stuff all down or that stuff up top.
Gotcha, yeah.
It's just literally the aircraft.
Understood. That's... I always wonder how these things work, not just the propellers and mechanics, but also the electronics and computer systems. Because I know
Be a
of...
bit? Okay. So they just started pushing those updates, so it's actually probably going to be a bit before they fully upload. So
You saw it. You get to talk about it anyway. You still want to stick around.
oh, does it go through? Okay.
Oh, you're like me. You try to get the living things out of the way. I freaked my boss out once, walking around the store with a spider on my arm. He's like, why don't you kill it? Why does it deserve to die?
So that's the one annoying thing though, is when they push the updates for the day, it usually screws up our schedule a little bit. Some days it's super quick. Some days it takes a little while. It all depends on what they're pushing.
This is true.
And it's all wirelessly done too. So all the stuff in Virginia that they're pushing to it is all going LTE to the aircraft.
Gotcha. Which then part of it would depend on just how congested the cellular network is that day.
Yep. Could be another reason why some days are longer than others.
Cell service has been kind of weird the last week or so, and I don't know what's up with that.
How long are y'all in town for?
Oh, just today.
Oh. My sister-in-law lives up there in Springfield.
It's an interesting little town.
In a lot of ways, Arkansas is a lot prettier. A lot prettier.
We almost moved to Springfield when I got out of the military. I'm from St. Louis, my wife's from here, so we were like, we'll move in the middle. And then we moved to her home. But hey,
It's not too far.
Yeah.
Update good?
Yes. Push through. Looks real good. Walk around.
I guess that's the last step then.
All right, let's step over here.
What's the guy in the tower doing?
That's the pilot. He's the one that's monitoring the aircraft.
Is it up? Okay.
Flight deck's clear. So we had the system thinking over here is a house. So this is where it's going to fly to and deliver. Right there, it's mapping itself to the other location. Once it arrives, it's going to descend down to 80 feet. 80 feet because that's going to keep the aircraft above any hazard, small tree, power line, anything like that. Once it begins descending down, the camera's going to shift to a downward facing camera. That's when the pilot's going to take a look at the area, make sure it's clear, nothing's down there, no swimming pool. Once he's satisfied, he'll hit his second button, which is OK to deliver. The aircraft will then go into its delivery mode. It'll start reeling down fairly quickly in the beginning, and then about 10 to 15 feet off the ground, it'll slow down and put the package down nice and gentle.
On a cable. And
Delivery's complete. We're going to reel back up and lock back into place.
yeah, I see that cord going back up.
Once it's locked back into place, the pilot's going to hit his third and final button, which is come home. The aircraft will climb back up to a top cruising altitude of 115. Make a new map to come home, verifying there's no obstacles or other aircraft. And it'll begin its flight back home. Once it arrives back here, it's going to start descending down. When it travels back here, it uses its onboard GPS. GPS is only accurate to within 3 to 5 feet or so.
And then I guess the marker is there to clear out the rest.
Absolutely. So roughly about 10 to 20 feet off the roof of this building, it's going to activate a different scanner that's going to scan that QR code. The aircraft will then stop, spin around 180 degrees, center itself, and then finish landing on that QR code. All that done on its own.
Gotcha. This
And of
is
course, like I said, at any time, the pilot wants to take command, he just flips one switch and he's got full control of the aircraft. So right there was the third button, so it's going to come home now.
I see it slowing down.
Right there, scan the QR code.
I see it spinning, yeah.
Once the spinner is happy, he'll finish the flight.
And yeah, I can see that camera there on the front.
So the camera is not doing anything. That is strictly just a visual screen for the pilot. that bar that goes across there, right behind that ball, camera ball.
Yeah.
It's got the sensors in it that it's using to navigate to that QR code. Hold on a second. I got to safety the aircraft first.
Oh, yes, of course.
So yeah, that little bar you see going across right behind the camera, that's what's got the sensors for scanning the QR code and stuff. All right, now you can take a look.
And yeah, okay. There's the camera, and yeah, I see the sensors.
Yep.
Not sure what all is going on there. Maybe stereoscopic.
No idea.
It's really cool that y'all talk to them. It's like, I really don't want to bother them, and I didn't see anybody.
Oh, this is awesome. This is like,
Oh, we're used to it.
and can I ask what's with the crane there?
Oh, the tower?
Yes.
So that's current regulations. Again, have to have the aircraft in visual line of sight, so it gives a higher perspective. So very soon we're going to be merging that out. That's going to be shipped out of here, and they're going to move to the second floor here.
Gotcha. They're gonna put a lift up on the top of the building?
Nope, we're going to be doing away with that altogether with the regulation changes.
Gotcha. Well, good to hear that this is just a temporary solution because it doesn't look as clean as it could be.
Yeah,
I blame,
that's temporary. That's never meant to be
blame the government.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, this has actually been a very interesting and informative demonstration.
I hope I answered at least half of your questions.
You have. You have. That is definitely a nice piece of machine. Anywho, at this point, I think we need to go on about our day.